Hi everyone, Ron Crider reporting for duty today. It is Sunday. I will have the numbers for you later today. As you can see, it's 6:09 right now when I'm putting this first part of the piece together. This is my day 242. I have done 242 of these broadcasts since we started right around March the 10th. That happens to be my birthday. By the way, the Dow Jones averages, they were hovering around 29,480 on Friday at the end of the day. Almost close to a record high. 40 days until Christmas, 46 days left in this year, 34 of my 43 radiation days, only 9 more to go. I can't believe it. Only 9 more to go out of 43, and it's going along very nicely. Remember, I don't put any commercials on these videos, so if a commercial does pop up, that's put there by YouTube, and you'll notice that it will be up here. You can hit the skip button if you don't want to watch the commercial. If you want to watch the commercial, go ahead and watch it. It's probably a good commercial. Don't forget, if you're watching this thing first thing on Monday morning, if I don't happen to get another one up before you see this video, and remember the school zone 20 miles per hour, especially over here at the Beachland School, Beachland Elementary School on Beachland Boulevard. They're being very, very strict over there. They really mean 20 miles an hour. So make sure you slow down and go 20 miles an hour through there. And all other school zones in the area. Remember to protect our children. Don't forget to get your flu shot. I say this every day. The flu shot is very important, especially at this particular time in our lifetime. Don't forget to push the like button. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for doing so. Very much appreciate it. Well, as you know, and you've been hearing me say this day after day after day, but it does keep getting worse. Yes, the surge is in. There is no question about it. Something is going to have to be done about it. The only thing that we know that can be done is the vaccine is on its way. It just can't get here soon enough. So here's a little bit of news that I have to report today. The number of patients hospitalized for COVID-19 continued to climb this week. While nowhere near the totals at the disease's peak in the summertime, the increase is worrisome, is a worrisome trend that indicates Florida is experiencing a surge similar to what is taking place across the United States. That means we really have to take this seriously. It can't be life as usual. It just cannot be. Florida added 4,544 COVID cases on Saturday, bringing the weekly case average upward. The cases came from a batch of just under 50,000 tests processed on Friday, making the daily positivity rate about 10%. That number is always supposed to be under 5, so we're really twice as high as we should be, and that is very, very worrisome, and it's clearly indicating that we are in some form of a surge with this COVID-19. South Florida hospitals are experiencing the impact of a surge in COVID-19 infections, and experts say it will only get worse. Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties saw a, ready for this, 44% increase in COVID patients over the past 2 weeks, an increase parallel across the state, according to those figures. So all over the state, that's happening. More than 1 in every 400 people tested positive in the past week, and infectious hospitalizations have hit record levels across the country. Rising deaths have pushed some reluctant governors to issue mask mandates and to limit gatherings. Here's a little bit of a problem that's just about to pop up. I've mentioned it the past couple of days, but we have Thanksgiving coming along here, and Thanksgiving usually about that time of year, there are all sorts of other events that take place that a lot of people gather. You might want to think about sitting this one out this year. You know, let's face it. My grandmother, I have said this so many times, my grandmother used to say, don't tempt fate. Please don't tempt fate. I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we were all really healthy next year? We get the vaccine sometime next year, early next year, and we all get really healthy, and this becomes a very bad memory of a horrible year. It's my suggestion that, and in fact, we are, my daughter may see this before I tell her, but we're canceling Thanksgiving. We're not going to get our family together for Thanksgiving. So there you go. That's what I'm doing. I'm not suggesting that everybody do it. Might be a good idea, but we really have to be careful as this pandemic surges everywhere in the United States, including here in Florida. There's every sign that it's surging down here. We have to be extra careful. See, lots of people think, well, it's no big deal. It's not close to us. I mean, we haven't seen or experienced anything like that with us or our family because we're kind of immune to it. We're not going to get it. Hey, I'm 79 years old. I'm not ready to get it. I don't need it. I don't want it. And a lot of people that live around here in Vero Beach are older people, and we don't need to get it either. So let's be very obedient and vigilant and careful and not go out very often. Stay out of the bars, stay out of the restaurants, and just be a little bit of a hermit for a little while. We're so close now. We're almost ready to hit that home run with that vaccine. We're putting a lot of stock in it. We're hoping it's going to work out really well. But we really have to be vigilant and careful. Come on, let's get it done. Remember, I say it's a lot easier to wear that mask than it is to wear the ventilator. Come on, let's do the right thing. Okay, let's do the weather report for the Treasure Coast for Martin County. Martin County is Stewart. Fort Pierce is St. Lucie County, and Vero Beach is Indian River County. I have to mention that every once in a while because people say, Crider, I don't know what you're talking about. What is this Treasure Coast thing? I don't know what that is. Well, again, I keep telling you, that's where all the buried treasure is. There's a lot of buried treasure around here. You just don't know where it is, and we don't want anybody to know. So don't tell anybody about the Treasure Coast. Just keep it our secret. Nobody can see this video except you. It's very special, just for you. Okay, here's our forecast. Doesn't look like it's going to be terribly bad today, although it does say 60% chance of rain. Showers in the morning, then scattered thunder showers developing in the afternoon hours. High 83 degrees. Winds east-southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. So, so we are going to have a little bit of rain today. Got to get those flowers growing really nicely. Fall flowers, right? Okay, then tonight we'll have about a 40% chance of rain, scattered thunderstorms during the evening, partly cloudy skies around midnight, low 72 degrees tonight. Temperatures are really going down. Light variable winds, chance of rain again, as I said, about 40% tonight. And then tomorrow, about a 50% chance of rain, scattered thunderstorms, high 81 degrees, winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So we are seeing our temperatures come down just a little bit, but a fair amount of participation between now and the next few days. Alrighty, folks, I hope you have a really great Sunday. Stay out of the raindrops. I got a couple of projects that I have to deal with today, so I'm going to be out running around a little bit, not socializing with very many people, but I will be out. Alrighty, folks, Ron Crider here in the numbers department. This is Sunday, November the 15th, 5:30 in the afternoon. Talk about numbers getting in late. 5:30 in the afternoon is about as late as I can ever remember getting them, outside of not getting them at all. We have a little bit of good news and a lot of bad news. Let's go with the good news first. No, let's not do that. Let's go with the bad news first so we have something to look forward to, okay? Let's do that. The bad news is that we had an unusually large number of positive cases reported in the past 24 hours. First, I need to give you this caveat, reported in the past 24 hours. That doesn't mean that these cases developed in the past 24 hours. They could have come in over a period of time. It's the same thing with the deaths. But the number of cases that were reported were 10,105 for the entire state. 10,105. Now, let me tell you something. Look at what it was yesterday, 4,544. That's 5,561 more than yesterday. Now, the most number of cases we had was July the 12th, which was 15,300. So, fortunately, we haven't gotten to that number, but boy, we're well on our way. This is a huge number, one of the biggest numbers we've had recently. Now we're going to go over here and take a look at the deaths. They're green, and the reason they're green is the only 19 deaths. When I say only, please don't beat me up over that. I say that's better than the 47 that was reported the previous day. So that was better by 28. So 19 reported in the past 24 hours versus 47 the previous day, 28 better than that. So that's the good news that we have to report. Also, the positivity rate, positivity rate is based on the number of tests versus the number of positives, and that's 7.55. Now, although that's supposed to be under 5%, considering what the amount of tests that we had, 10,105, that number is not as high as I had anticipated it would be. So although it needs to be under 5, 7.55 could have been worse. Alrighty, folks, let's go down here and take a look at Miami-Dade. 2 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 2385 new positives. In Broward County, 6 new deaths to report, 1,443 new positives. Broward's Fort Lauderdale. In Palm Beach County, no new deaths to report. That's a good thing. 735 new positives. In Orange County, that's Orlando, 1 new death to report and 735 new positives. Let's go down to Brevard County, no new deaths to report, 150 new positives. And in St. Lucie County, 2 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 57 new positives. In Martin County, no new deaths to report, 23 new positives. Martin County is Stewart. And in Indian River County, no new deaths to report here in Indian River County. That's excellent. We're very happy to hear that. There were 49 new positives. Of the 49 new positives, 12 of them were in zip code 32960. 2 of them were in zip code 32963, that's here on the Barrier Island, and 9 of them were in zip code 32967. Okay, another teeny bit of good news. 7-day moving averages. These are the 7-day moving averages for the deaths in the state of Florida for the past 7 days. It says 53.57. 53 people passed away each day for the past 7 days in the entire state of Florida as a result of COVID-19. Now, everything that I mentioned to you on these numbers is a result of COVID-19. Number of cases, number of deaths, and so forth all relate to COVID-19. Alrighty, folks, let's go over here, and I'm going to show you the chart again. I'm going to be doing this in the next couple of days just because of that really big number. So let's first take a look at the cases. Unfortunately, they didn't put the cases on here for today because you see that the last time they reported it was on the 15th. Actually, it was the 15th. It's not showing up here, but that's going to spike way up. You'll see it tomorrow. I can show you the 7-day moving averages, and you can see how it is creeping back up again. We were down here at the bottom. I pointed this out the past couple of days, but we are now going right back up again. These cases are really huge. Yes, I understand that most of the people do recover from COVID-19. There are some who don't, some pass away, and in addition, some have underlying problems that continue to be with them for quite some time. That doesn't mean they're going to be there forever, but a lot of people end up with respiratory problems, heart problems, and all sorts of things as a result of COVID-19. Now, these are the deaths in the state of Florida. Here we go, and look at the deaths. They're beginning to creep back up again. There you go. That's the 7-day moving average in graph form. Alrighty, folks, let's move over here. Do you want me to show you the United States? I think I better do the United States. I haven't done the United States. I didn't do it yesterday, so I better do it today. Stand by. All right, folks, I'm not going to give you the deaths for the past 24 hours, and I'll tell you why. Because you can see that Texas, Michigan, Kansas, Nebraska, those states haven't reported yet, and that's going to give you that's not going to make sense. So I'm going to give it to you for the past 48 hours. These are the deaths in the United States for the past 48 hours, not 24. Okay, Illinois was in first place or worst place with 197. Look at those numbers going up there in the center of the United States. Texas was in second place with 118. Michigan in third place with 68. South Dakota fourth place with 53. Wisconsin was in fifth place with 52. Georgia sixth place with 51. Pennsylvania in seventh place with 47. We, Florida, were at eighth place with 43. Arizona was in ninth place with 43. And Montana was in 10th place with 37. A lot of these states we have not seen up there at the top of the list. So there you can see that the pandemic is spreading and escalating in those areas. Now I'm going to scrooge down here a little bit more, and Minnesota was in 12th place with 35. California was in 13th place with 32. Jersey, oh my goodness gracious, Danny, look what happened in Jersey. 28 up there, buddy. 14th place, 28 new deaths reported in the past 48 hours. In Massachusetts, it was 15th place with 28. Tennessee was in 16th place. Let's go down to Indiana in 17th place with 25. Iowa was in 18th place with 24. New York was in 20th place with 21. Colorado was in 21st place with 21. Maryland was in 23rd place with 20. Wyoming was in 25th place with 17. We'll go down just a little bit further for Ohio was in 28th place with 14. Kentucky, for our friends Bobby and Carol Young, was in 30th place for 11 deaths in the past 48 hours. We'll go down just a little bit further in Missouri, 33rd place with 9. Utah was in 35th place with 9. Let's go down a teeny bit further and see what else we have here for states that we are very concerned about for people who live near us. New Hampshire was 43rd place with 1. Maine was 1 with 44th place. These other states down here, Louisiana, Washington, Kansas, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Hawaii, and Vermont, have nothing to report. It doesn't necessarily mean they didn't have anything. We just don't know exactly what was going on there. So, folks, I got to tell you, this is, I don't need to remind you, this is really not a good thing, and only you alone can help to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And that means less socializing out there with your friends. Stay out of the bars, stay out of the restaurants. Try not to go to the grocery stores frequently. Try to be more of a hermit for a while. We have to do this. We're there. We're just about ready to cross the finish line with this vaccination thing. The vaccine is pretty much ready to go. I suspect we might start seeing it probably not this month, but maybe in December. We probably won't get our hands on it or our arms on it until somewhere in January, February, or March. But nonetheless, that's the only thing that's going to slow this thing down and get it finally under control. It's out of control right now. You have to respect this. I know you don't want me to say this. You hate me saying it. Crider, you're just doom and gloom. Yes, I am doom and gloom now because this has reached a really monumental proportion. That's what a pandemic is known as. All right. That's it. Nothing more for today. I wish I could leave you with some really good positive news on a Sunday for the 15th of November. Unfortunately, I don't have anything good to say today. Sorry about that. There are a few things coming here at the end. Have a really great day. Alrighty, folks, here we are at the end of this video. I want to remind you of a couple of things. Starting on Monday, the Polo Bistro will be opening. That's over here at the Pelican Plaza. They will not be, you can't go inside, but you can call on order. And if you want to get wines at a very good price, give them a call, give them your credit card. They'll bring the wine out and put it in your car for you. They have wines that you recognize, really good wines, but absolutely the lowest prices of wines anywhere here in Vero Beach at the Polo Bistro. In addition to that, Kelly puts together some really great sandwiches and salads and all that sort of thing. They've been closed now since the pandemic pretty much got started, so they'll be opening up on Monday. I think they open around 10:30, if I'm not mistaken, 10 or 10:30. Give them a call at the Polo Bistro. Same people, that's Kelly and John Marks. These are the same folks that are over at the Polo Deli on Cardinal Drive, and they really know what they're doing, do a really great job. So may I suggest you go there. Also reminding you that the Village Beach Market is expected to open now on December the 18th. That's their latest projected opening date. I hope they make it. I'm fearful that it might not be until the first of the year. But you didn't hear me say that. I don't want to sound like I don't believe that they can get the job done. It's a huge job. They gutted the entire place. I've told you that a number of times. And it's going to be a fabulous new little market there at the Village Beach Market here in Vero Beach on Indian River Shores. But it's been pushed back to December the 18th. And also the food truck that they have out there will be closed down for the week of Thanksgiving. So it's going to be a little bit inconvenient. But, of course, then we got the Polo Bistro is going to be open, so you can at least get some pre-prepared food in there as well. Alrighty, folks, that's about all I have to say today, other than the fact we better do some shout-outs today. I'm going to do some very quick shout-outs. I'll run through these very quickly as I do every day, but the list keeps getting bigger and bigger, and that's a good thing. And I also mentioned to you that this is not something you should probably watch every day. It's a little bit like weighing yourself. That doesn't make you feel that good. Marie Arnold, Diana Stark, Iowa Lizzie has now become Florida Lizzie, Cheryl Deacon, Al and Mary June, Gina Raymond, Joan, Ellen, Elizabeth Hutchison, George, Vanessa in Miami, Tony in Miami, Kevin in Houston, Texas, Wayne and Dorothy Mahoney up there in Minnesota, my Minnetonka friends. How about the Kennedys in Vero Beach and Long Island? Jim Davis, I always say this every day, the very best voice in radio. I mean, there isn't when you hear a great voice on the radio, it's probably that of Jim Davis. He is fabulous. He lives here in Vero Beach, and he has been a radio star all over the United States, in Toronto, Canada, and you name it, he's been there and done it and did a really great job. And then on the heels of that's my good friend old Tommy DeBray over there on the west coast of Florida. And he's still in the radio business as well, and we're both still cranking out radio stuff. Raymond Carey is still here at the moment, but he's going to be moving into his mansion up the street probably at the end of this month. Captain Marcia will be back on the scene on Monday here at the front gate. Danny's up in New Jersey. Hey, Danny, he keeps trying to keep those numbers down in New Jersey and does a really good job of it. He's our in-house mathematician and does a really good job of it. Ron and Barb DeMolin, Jim Peabody, Britt, Betsy, Sherry Hale, Jay, Timothy, John Marks, and Kelly. I always have to mention their names, even though I mention them a couple of other places. They're just really nice folks. Our next door friends like Heather Mason Wood. We always say hi to Heather because that's one of my favorite names. Gail Beeson, the Carol, K-A-R-O-L, and then C-A-R-O-L, and Carol Young and Bobby up in Kentucky. Barb, Jay, Megan Davis, Diane, Joyce, Rosemary Biddle. How about Edith Stokes, Ginger, Barbara, Donna, Brenda, Costas, Donald, Julie, Muffy, and Paul. Muffy and Paul are pretty new to what we're doing here. And then some of our Facebook friends like Ann Hallie Danshaw, George Ed Danshaw, Kathleen, Bruce, Jay Parm, Jean, Nancy Bicknell, Nancy Strazula, Susan Taylor, and Barb Chandler, Billy Moss. Billy Moss is just one of the nicest guys here in town and really knows the real estate business very, very well and does a terrific job for restaurants and bars and other commercial property, of course. But restaurants and bars is his specialty. If there's a new restaurant in town that opened up, he probably had something to do with it. He really understands that part of the business. So if you're thinking about going to getting involved in a business like that, you need to talk to Billy Moss when it comes to real estate for restaurants and bars. And I always have to say a shout out to my daughter. I have two daughters, Kim and Lisa, around here. Kim's up in South Carolina, and she's coming into town here next week. But there's also Lisa Crider Brown, and she's my oldest daughter, my first daughter. She watches this occasionally, like I occasionally used to go to her cheerleading events. So, she pays me back for that right now. Okay, end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a very, very blessed Sunday. I look forward to seeing you back here on Monday. Ron Crider, signing off.